Most people think you need weights to build muscle, but there's one type of exercise that creates more muscle tension than any barbell. I'm talking about isometric holds, and they're about to change everything you know about building muscle at home. Here's what most fitness influencers won't tell you. Time under tension matters more than how much weight you lift. When you hold your body in the perfect position with maximum muscle activation, you're forcing every fiber to work harder than it would during regular reps. Today, I'm showing you the only 5 isometric holds you need for serious muscle growth. These target every major muscle group, require zero equipment, and create the kind of deep muscle fatigue that forces adaptation. By the end of this video, you'll understand why some of the strongest people I know barely touch weights. Here's why isometric holds build muscle better than most people realize. Muscle growth happens through 3 main mechanisms, and isometrics trigger all of them more effectively than traditional lifting. First is mechanical tension. When you hold a position at your maximum effort, you're creating sustained tension that forces muscle fibers to recruit more motor units. Unlike dynamic movements where tension fluctuates, isometric holds maintain peak activation for the entire duration. Second is metabolic stress. That burning sensation you feel during a long hold isn't just discomfort. It's your muscles accumulating metabolites that signal growth. The restricted blood flow during isometric contractions creates an oxygen-depleted environment that promotes hypertrophy. Third is muscle damage. Holding positions at challenging joint angles creates microscopic tears in muscle fibers, especially at stretched positions. Your body repairs these tears with additional protein, making the muscle bigger and stronger. Now, here's the key difference between time under tension and peak muscle activation. Most people think longer is always better, but that's wrong. You need maximum intensity during the hold, not just extended time. A 20-second hold at 90% effort beats a 60-second hold at 50% effort every time. Let me explain what happens to your muscle fibers during a maximum hold. When you contract a muscle isometrically, you're essentially creating a traffic jam in your muscle tissue. Blood flow gets restricted, oxygen levels drop, and your muscle fibers start working anaerobically. This creates the perfect storm for growth hormone release and protein synthesis activation. The common mistake that kills most people's isometric progress is treating holds like endurance exercises. They'll hold a plank for 3 minutes thinking longer equals better. Wrong approach. For hypertrophy, you want holds that challenge you maximally for 15 to 45 seconds. If you can hold a position for over a minute, you're not working hard enough. The optimal hold time for muscle growth sits between 20 and 40 seconds at maximum intensity. This time frame maximizes both mechanical tension and metabolic stress while preventing the shift toward endurance adaptations. Think of it like lifting a weight for 6 to 8 reps versus 20 reps. Different stimulus, different results. Here's something that might surprise you. There was a bodybuilder in the 1,960 seconds named Bob Hoffman who built an impressive physique using primarily isometric exercises. He understood that muscle tension, not movement, drives growth. While everyone else was chasing heavier weights, he was perfecting positions that maximized muscle activation. The research backs this up. Studies show that isometric training can produce strength gains equal to or greater than dynamic training when intensity is matched. More importantly for our goals, the muscle fiber recruitment patterns during maximum isometric holds closely mirror those seen during heavy lifting. Your muscles don't know if resistance comes from a barbell or from holding your body weight in a challenging position. They only respond to the stimulus you provide. When you understand this principle, you realize that the gym isn't necessary for serious muscle growth. You just need to know which positions create maximum tension and how to progress them systematically. Now let's get into the 5 holds that will transform your physique. Each one targets specific muscle groups with maximum tension, and I'll show you exactly how to position your body for optimal muscle activation. Hold number 1 is the wall sit hold, and this targets your quadriceps and glutes like nothing else. Most people think they know how to do a wall sit, but they're missing the key details that make it a hypertrophy exercise instead of just an endurance test. Position yourself with your back flat against the wall and slide down until your thighs are parallel to the floor. Here's the crucial part everyone gets wrong. Your knees should be directly over your ankles, not pushed forward. This 90-degree angle at both your hips and knees creates maximum tension in your quads while forcing your glutes to work overtime. To progress this hold, start with your feet closer to the wall for an easier angle, then gradually move them further out as you get stronger. Advanced trainees can elevate 1 foot or add a single leg variation. The goal is to find the position where you're shaking with effort between 20 and 40 seconds. Why does this beat squats for hypertrophy? Simple. During regular squats, your muscles get micro breaks at the top and bottom of each rep. With the wall sit hold, there's no relief. Your quadriceps and glutes are under constant maximum tension for the entire duration, creating superior muscle fiber recruitment. Hold number 2 is the push-up hold, targeting your chest, shoulders, and triceps. But we're not talking about holding at the top of a push-up. That's too easy and doesn't create enough tension. The exact position that maximizes chest activation is holding yourself halfway down in the push-up. Your elbows should be at about 90 degrees, your body in a straight line from head to heels. This position places your pecs in their most mechanically disadvantaged position, forcing them to work harder than during regular push-ups. The common form mistake that kills muscle tension is letting your hips sag or pike up. Keep that rigid plank position throughout the hold. Your core should be engaged, glutes tight, and shoulders directly over your wrists. For beginners, start with knee push-up holds, or elevate your hands on a bench. Advanced trainees can elevate their feet or move into a pseudo-planche position by shifting weight forward over their hands. Hold number 3 is the plank to pike hold, and this targets muscles that regular planks completely miss. Instead of holding a static plank, you'll transition between plank and pike position, then hold at the most challenging point. Start in a plank position, then slowly pike your hips up toward the ceiling, creating an inverted V shape. The transition itself creates time under tension, but the real magic happens when you hold at the point where your shoulders are directly over your hands in the pike position. This position hammers your shoulders, particularly the anterior delts, while your core works overtime to maintain stability. The transition also engages your hip flexors and challenges your hamstring flexibility. You'll feel this working in the right muscles when your shoulders start burning and your abs are trembling. If you only feel it in your wrists, you need to engage your shoulders more actively by pushing the ground away. Hold number 4 is the flexed arm hang, targeting your lats, biceps, and forearms. This is the ultimate upper body pulling exercise, and it builds more muscle than regular pull-ups because there's no momentum or rest between reps. If you don't have a pull-up bar at home, you can use a sturdy door frame with a towel, a playground bar, or even a strong table that you can lie under and pull yourself up to. The key is finding something that allows you to hang with your chin over the bar level. The grip and body position for maximum back activation involves pulling your shoulder blades down and back while maintaining the chin over bar position. Your lats should be fully engaged, not just your arms. Think about pulling your elbows down towards your ribs rather than just hanging there. Why does this build more muscle than pull-ups? During a pull-up set, you get brief moments of relief at the bottom and top. With the flexed arm hang, your muscles are under constant maximum tension. Plus, you're working at the most challenging part of the pull-up range of motion for the entire duration. Let's be honest, a healthy body goes way beyond building muscle. I have created an ebook that unlocks something much deeper, that unstoppable feeling you didn't know was possible. Imagine waking up energized, moving through your day with confidence and power you've never experienced. You'll feel sharper, stronger, more alive than ever before. This isn't just transformation, it's discovering a version of yourself that changes everything. You'll find the link in the description below. Hold number 5 is the single leg glute bridge hold, targeting your glutes and hamstrings. Unilateral training is crucial for balanced muscle development, and this hold creates intense activation in often neglected posterior chain muscles. Lie on your back with one foot planted on the ground and the other leg extended straight. Drive through your planted heel to lift your hips up, creating a straight line from your knee to your shoulders. The hip position that maximizes glute activation involves thinking about pushing your hips forward rather than just lifting up. To make this harder without adding weight, you can elevate your planted foot on a couch or chair, extend your arms overhead, or hold the extended leg higher in the air. The single leg variation forces each glute to work independently, revealing and correcting imbalances that bilateral exercises miss. These 5 holds create a complete muscle-building routine that targets every major muscle group with maximum efficiency. Now that you know the 5 holds, let's talk about how to structure your isometric hypertrophy routine for maximum results. This isn't about randomly doing holds when you feel like it. You need a systematic approach that treats these exercises with the same respect you'd give a barbell routine. For muscle growth, you want to perform each hold for 3 to 4 sets, with hold times between 20 and 40 seconds. Start with 20-second holds, If you're new to isometrics, then gradually work up to 40 seconds before making the exercise more challenging. Rest periods should be 90 seconds to 2 minutes between sets. This gives your muscles enough recovery to maintain high intensity on subsequent sets. The progression system that guarantees results works exactly like adding weight to a barbell. Instead of adding plates, you're adding seconds or changing body position. Track your hold times religiously. If you held a wall sit for 25 seconds last week, aim for 27 seconds this week. Small improvements compound into major strength gains over time. Here's why you need to track hold times like weights. Your nervous system adapts to specific demands. If you're inconsistent with your hold times or don't progressively overload, your muscles have no reason to grow. Write down every workout. Note the hold time for each set. When you can hit your target time for all sets, it's time to progress. You can combine these holds with your current routine in several ways. If you're already doing dynamic bodyweight exercises, add 1 or 2 isometric holds at the end of your workout when your muscles are pre-fatigued. This creates additional time under tension without requiring a complete routine overhaul. Alternatively, you can dedicate specific days to isometric training. Try an upper-lower split, where you do the push-up hold, flexed arm hang, and plank to pike hold on upper body days. Then wall sit and single leg glute bridge holds on lower body days. The recovery requirements for isometric training are different from regular workouts. Because you're creating intense muscle tension without the joint stress of dynamic movements, you can train more frequently. However, the nervous system fatigue is significant. Start with 3 sessions per week and pay attention to how you feel. Here's what to expect in your first week versus your first month. Week 1 will humble you. Positions that look easy will have you shaking within seconds. Your hold times will be shorter than you expect, and you'll feel muscles you forgot existed. Don't get discouraged. This is normal adaptation. By month 1, you'll notice dramatic improvements in both hold times and muscle definition. Your core stability will improve, your posture will be better, and you'll have developed serious functional strength. The muscle tension you can create voluntarily will be significantly higher than when you started. Troubleshooting common plateaus starts with honest assessment. If your progress stalls, you're either not working at high enough intensity or you need to change the exercise variation. Most plateaus happen because people get comfortable with a specific hold time and don't push beyond their comfort zone. The one mistake that stops progress dead in its tracks is treating isometric holds like meditation or stretching. You need to approach each hold with the intensity of a maximum effort lift. Your muscles should be trembling, your breathing should be labored, and you should feel genuine relief when the hold ends. Another common plateau buster is changing your hold position slightly. For wall sits, try different foot positions or single leg variations. For push-up holds, experiment with hand placement or elevation changes. Small adjustments can reignite progress when standard positions become too easy. Recovery becomes crucial as you advance. Your muscles will adapt to the metabolic stress, but your nervous system needs adequate rest between intense sessions. If your hold times start decreasing or you feel chronically fatigued, take an extra rest day. The beauty of isometric training is its simplicity and effectiveness. You don't need to complicate things with complex periodization or fancy equipment. Consistent effort, progressive overload, and proper recovery will deliver results that rival any gym routine. Here's your complete routine with exact timing and rest periods. Perform this circuit 3 times per week, with at least 1 day of rest between sessions. Wall sit hold. 3 sets of 20 to 40 seconds, 90 seconds rest. Push-up hold. 3 sets of 15 to 30 seconds, 90 seconds rest. Plank to pike hold. 3 sets of 20 to 35 seconds, 90 seconds rest. Flexed arm hang. 3 sets of 10 to 25 seconds, 2 minutes rest. Single leg glute bridge hold. 3 sets of 20 to 40 seconds each leg, 90 seconds rest. These 5 holds are all you need because they create maximum muscle tension in every major muscle group while requiring 0 equipment.